Dear student, today in the activity of Bhasha sangam we are going to have Santhali language. Santhali language is generally spoken in the area of Jharkhand, Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Odisha. Generally, Santhali people are concentrated in and around the Rajmahal Hills and Chota Nagpur Plateau. We also call it Red Corridor for some other reasons. Historically, according to Paul Sidwell, the linguist, the language migrated from Indochina to the shores of Odisha around 3,500 or 4,000 years ago. The language has been heavily influenced by the Bengali language, as in 1960s, Byomkesh Banerjee has taken a lot of research on this field and has found that this particular language was very much influenced by Bangla language. Byomkesh Banerjee, as I have said. And then we see that language didn't have its written script earlier. It was an Austro-Asiatic language, and since 1925 it has its own script also. We call it Old Chiki. It was introduced by Vishwanath Murmu. The people who speak Santhali language are the Santhal tribals, and they are around 70 lakh in population in and around the areas of, as I have said, Bengal, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Assam also. In the Assam and the erstwhile Bangladesh, erstwhile Eastern Pakistan and the present Bangladesh, this language is also spoken, but it is used in a Nagari script over there. This was a small introduction of Santhali language. Let me tell you, Santhali people are the hardy people, very proud people, and we should also learn the history of these people. As we have told you, Thoma Kathanar was the first man who articulated the idea of Indian rule in 1792, and he is technically called the father of Indian revolution, father of Indian independence. So if I have to say, there was one revolutionary who took up arms, who started an armed rebellion against the Britishers. It was Baba Tilka Majhi, who started his rebellion against the Britishers in 1784. And the reason was that in 1765, Bengal was parceled into Diwani and Faidari system, in which the British government at that point of time in Bengal was only responsible for extracting revenue, and Faidari was the responsibility of the Bengal Nawab. So Britishers started extorting these people, and against this dictatorial attitude, they started this rebellion, and the rebellion was crushed, but still the song and his greatness of Tilka Majhi, Baba Tilka Majhi lives on in our heart. And in Bhagalpur we have Tilka Majhi Bhagalpur University to commemorate, to respect his name. Later on also we see in 1855, just before the first war of Indian independence, Sidhu and Kanhu Murmu, these two brothers raised a banner of revolt against the Britishers for the same reason, because the British government was trying to encroach upon their land and their resources. This rebellion was such a huge rebellion that British has to resort to all sorts of unfair means to kill them, and almost 10,000 people were killed, 10,000 Santhalis were killed in this rebellion. Finally it was crushed, but again we respect the memory of these people. As I have said, Tilka Majhi was the man who raised the banner of revolt in 1784, much before Mangal Pandey, almost 80 years before Mangal Pandey. So we should respect the memory of these great people. And in the words of Major Jarvis, who compared the enemy Santhals with the other enemies of Britishers, and he says these were the honorable men. Because I am not exactly quoting their words, I am just quoting the sentiment of what they said. These honorable men, Santhalis, never knew what yielding is. As long as their drumbeat would go on, they would fight, and they will continue to kill us, and we were also forced to kill them. But these honorable men would not retaliate in a manner which would be unworthy of an enemy, and every soldier of British Army was ashamed of killing them. That was the observation of Major Jarvis. And then we see the great writer Charles Dickens also says in his work, in his work he says that If we compare them with the Russian enemies, the so-called Russian enemies were no matter how civilian they were, but they would resort to any means to kill us. And these people who were known to be people who would dip their arrows in poison to kill their prey or the game, they never resorted to such means to kill us or to fight us. So such was the great honor of these people, and we must remember them with the kind of respect that they deserve. And Santhali language has become a part of Indian 8th schedule of Indian Constitution, and it is a very important language, as I have said. And in 2014 it was also included in the UGC net list. So this was all about Santhali language, and now I would request two students to come over here to speak the Santhali words.